A couple of inches of snow covered Stewart Stadium as the Wildcats fought the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks right down to the wire. The volleyball team had a long 3-game week on the court, and the men's basketball team rolled over Northern New Mexico. Plus, a special tribute to a legend on the gridiron. It's all coming up for you right here on Spotlight on Sports. It was a big day for Wildcat football this weekend. Even though the football team is out of playoff contention, there was still plenty to play for. Zach Russell tells us why.
Despite the snowstorm that rolled into town, 7,614 attended Senior Day, with the Wildcats coming into the game with a 3-3 record in the Big Sky and a 3-6 record overall. This game was one filled with emotion, as it would be Coach Ron McBride's last time to take the field. Junior running back C.J. Tuckett appeared to personally take responsibility for sending the seniors and Coach McBride out with a win. Tuckett would run for 254 rushing yards, outgaining the entire Northern Arizona team. He also had 407 all-purpose yards, which set the school record. The Cats needed every bit of it, though, to cut the Lumberjacks down. The game was a back-and-forth affair, with no team leading by more than 9 points at any time. Down by 4 in the fourth, Mike Hoke would lead the Wildcats on a 61-yard touchdown drive for the go-ahead score and win the game. The Wildcats won the game by a score of 34-31, ending an emotional day on a high note.
Thanks, Zach. The Wildcats travel to Portland State next for their last game of the year. The volleyball team won 1 game out of 3 after a tough week. It was their 3rd win of the season. Corey Holmes has the story.
I think we put most things together at the right times to win that. We were up and down, they were up and down, but when it counted, we passed well so we could get the ball, especially to our middles. I'd probably point that out. All year long, we've tried to get our middles more and more involved. Both middles hit very well tonight. Usually one of the middles, we don't get enough swings. Tonight, I think it was just about right.
When we came out, and from the very beginning, it just felt right. We all gelled, and I told you that every single time we play, that if we gel, we'll win, and it did. From the very beginning, we just gelled completely. And then, I don't know what it is about this team, but it's almost like we come out and we already know we're going to win. And that's how it should be with every team, so we got to work towards that.
Thanks, Corey. The volleyball team will travel to Montana this week for their last 2 Big Sky games of the season. The Weber State men's basketball team opened their season Friday night in a matchup against Northern New Mexico College.
Wildcat fans filled the D-Event Center Friday night for the first regular season men's basketball game, and those in attendance got to see the Wildcats set 2 school records. WSU overwhelmed the Eagles of Northern New Mexico College, defeating them 109-50. The 59-point margin of victory is the largest in Weber State history. The Wildcats also knocked down 17 three-pointers, again a school record. In addition to the records the Wildcats set, Friday night also marked the first time the men's basketball team has scored more than 100 points in a game in nearly 10 years. WSU never trailed in the game and shot an impressive 60% from the field. Damian Lillard, who missed most of last season with a foot injury, returned to action and led the Wildcats with 25 points. WSU guards Scott Bamforth scored 17 points, while Kyle Bullinger and Jordan Richardson each contributed 11. Next up, the Wildcats will host the Utah State University Aggies Tuesday night. It will be the first of 4 in-state rivalry games the Wildcats will play this season. Again, the final score from Friday night, Weber State 109, Northern New Mexico 50.
The Wildcats lost to Utah State 65-77 last season in Logan. They'll be looking for payback Tuesday night at 7 p.m. in the D-Event Center. After 7 years as Weber State's head coach, Ron McBride is stepping down. John Capel has an inside look at a tough and inspiring leader.
Legendary Weber State head coach Ron McBride is wrapping up his 20th season as a Division I head coach. He announced his retirement plans last week.
All the players are in the right classes. The program is exactly where it needs to be. And I just felt they need a new voice at the top.
He has dedicated his entire life to the sport he loves.
The last 60 years has been football only. And that's really been my whole life.
There is one key element in who Coach Mack really is.
And it's really, in reality, it's all about the players.
He has had much success in his career, but it didn't happen overnight.
Started in high school and went to JC, went to Division II or whatever it was, and then and the more success you have, the better chances you have in moving up.
He offers some notable advice to those who may follow in his footsteps.
There's no easy way to do it, so you gotta pay your dues, and you gotta kind of work your way up the ladder.
For all of us that had a chance to know him, he'll still be on the field each Saturday afternoon. He's moving on right at the top of his game, and Coach Mack is grateful for all he's enjoyed at Weber State.
I was really blessed in this whole thing.
I'm John Capel, Weber State Sports.
Coach Mack says he has no plans for the future, but that he's just taking it one day at a time. There are only 2 Wildcat home games this week. The men's basketball team will host Utah State University on Tuesday, and the women's basketball team will host BYU on Saturday. Both games will be at 7 p.m. in the D Event Center. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to check out our YouTube channel and become a fan of our Facebook page. You can see all of our shows and videos at our website, www.weberstatenews.org. See you next Monday on Weber State's Spotlight on Sports.